Okay, we're gonna talk about dividing polynomials. So this is a big deal. I want you to remember this forever and ever. A plus B over C equals A over C plus B over C. Actually, I kind of want to change that. A plus B over A equals A over A plus B over A. Did you notice I didn't do this? We don't do that, okay? That's important. I think I talked about that in another video. Okay, it's 1 plus b over a. You can't just do that. It's called hack and slash. It's very important, okay? So you need to remember if you have two things of the same thing, you split them, okay? And divide everything by it. You cannot just start canceling when there's addition and subtraction signs. Please, 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 please remember that. Okay, now, so let's divide. We have a bunch of things over one thing, so we're going to do 15x squared over, also recall exponent rules for division, my bad. A to the m over a to the n equals a to the m minus n. Remember that too, okay? So 15x squared over 3 minus 12x over 3 plus 3 over 3. Now we divide. 5x squared minus 4x plus 1, okay? All right, let's do b. Bunch of things over one thing. 5m cubed over 5m squared minus 9m squared over 5m squared plus 10m over 5m squared. So that equals m minus 9/5. Now, if you notice, we don't have enough m's on the top, so we're going to have m's on the bottom, so it's going to be 2 over m. Okay, so that's how we take care of that. We just use our exponent rules. Okay, this is like one of those things where you need to know where to stop, so I'm kind of highlighting where we're going to stop here. Okay. All right, let's do an old school division problem. We're going to do it really slow. 581 divided by 2. So the first thing we do when we divide numbers is we see how many times 2 goes into 5. So we're dividing, okay? And 2 goes into 5 2 times. After that, we usually multiply. Okay? So we do 2 times 5, which is, or 2 times 2, sorry, 2 times 2, which is 4. And then we subtract. We get 1. I'll leave a blank here for the next step, but we'll come back to it. Then we bring down. And then we repeat, right? So 2 goes into 18, 9 times 18. Subtract 0, bring down our 1. It does not go into it at all. So 0, 0. So our remainder is 1, okay? And we're just going to call our remainder 1 this time, okay? So we can also do that with polynomials, okay? Remainder. Now, this is a little acronym that I use: divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, remainder. There's change sign here because of it being a polynomial. And what I say is, does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers raw? Okay, so I'm going to teach you how to do this. Now, I do have another video that I have put on Canvas too. It's a longer video that I taught in my pre-cal class at the high school I taught at, and it just has a bunch of problems that I did. It's like a good 20-minute video. You can watch that and you can follow along. It just does more problems, so if you need more practice, okay? So first step, I'm going to set up my division problem. The top goes inside in order, okay? If I'm missing any, I do a placeholder. So you want to make sure I go from 2 to 1 to 0. Good. Don't need any placeholders. The bottom goes on the outside. Now, the number that I'm using, or the term that I'm using to do all the work, is the very first term, okay? So I see how many times x goes into 2x squared. Now, this is using division, right? So on the side, let's figure out how many times does x go into 2x squared. Well, if we divide, we get 2x times. So that's what goes up here. Next step is to multiply. So x times 2x is 2x squared. You better get the same thing when you multiply. Otherwise, you did something wrong. we subtract. Oh, sorry, my bad. Back up. I multiplied x times 2x, got 2x squared. Now this is where the other piece comes in play, the negative 2. You also have to multiply the negative 2. Negative 2 times 2x is negative 4x. Okay. Next step is to subtract. Now it says change our sign. Well, this is a polynomial, right? So if I'm going to subtract, I have to change my sign. It's like when we were subtracting polynomials before. This cancels. I get 5x minus 10. X goes into, now I start over, okay, because I'm not done, because x can still go into 5x. X goes into 5x, positive 5 times. So I get 5x minus 10, because negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. Subtract, change my signs, 0, no remainder. So the answer to this problem is 2x plus 5. Okay? Let's do another one. So, top goes inside. 3x cubed minus, oh, it's going to go to 2x. So here's what I have to do. I have to put in a placeholder. 0x squared minus 2x plus 5. So anytime I'm missing a term, I have to throw in a placeholder. And then x minus 3. Okay, x goes into 3x cubed, 3x squared times. Okay, and how I know that, if I do 3x cubed divided by x, I get 3x squared following my exponent rules. Multiply 3x cubed minus 9x squared. So that's why we need the placeholder. Okay, I'm going to subtract, change my signs. I get 9x squared minus 2x. So different colored pens might be a good idea for this. X goes into 9x squared plus 9x times, multiply 9x squared minus 12x, subtract, change your signs, and you get 10x plus 5. Now, you want to make sure, now to know that this isn't the remainder, you still check and see, can x go into 10x? Well, if you go over here and check, yeah, it can go in 10. As long as you don't get a variable on bottom, then it goes in. So it goes in 10 times. I'm going to change my color so you know what step we're on. So 10. Okay, so 10x plus 5. Multiply. So 10x minus 30. Subtract. Change my sign. Cancel. 35. I'm done because I don't have anything else to bring down. So my remainder is 35. So when we do this, we are going to write it as 3x squared plus 9x plus 10 with a, and then you do plus, because it's positive, 35 over x minus 3. That's how we write it. Okay. All right, I'm going to have to do this one over here. So here we go. Top goes on the inside. So 6x to the 4th plus 9x to the 3rd plus 2x squared minus 8x plus 7, 3x squared minus 2. Now you don't need placeholders out here, just on the inside. Okay. 3x squared goes to 6x to the 4th, 2x squared times, and so I get 6x to the 4th. Negative 2 goes into 2x squared, or now we multiply, right? 2 times 2x squared is minus 4x squared. Now it's okay that it skips. This is just going to be your bring down. Okay? So subtract, change your sign, cancel, 9x cubed plus 6x squared. Now, if you want to go ahead and bring this down, it'll actually save you a step, so we can go ahead and do that. So we get, now we're going to say every times 3x squared goes in 9x cubed. It's going to go in plus 3x times. So we get 9x cubed when we multiply minus 6x. So you see how we brought that down because we're going to need it for that. So bring down your 6x squared. Oh, I forgot to change my sign. And minus 2x and plus 7. And then 3x squared is going to 6x 3 times. So then I get 6x squared minus 6. Subtract, change your sign. Sometimes you got to say it to yourself so you don't forget it. Negative 2x plus 13. That's your remainder. So our answer is 2x squared plus 3x plus 3. And this is going to be minus 2x plus 13 over 3x squared minus 2. Like I said, there's a video with way more examples on Canvas, so if you want, you can watch that. So dividing polynomials in the form of f and g, okay? Let me draw a little one here. So we can do f over g of x, which is the same as f of x over g of x, as long as g of x does not equal 0, okay? So here we go. F divided by g of x would be 2x squared plus x minus 10 over x minus 2. That's doing the exact same thing as dividing. So we're going to do the same thing. So x goes into 2x squared, 2x times. And you see how I put it over the term? It actually kind of helps me know when to stop too. Because you see when I got to the 3, like I knew my remainder was going to be next. So on this problem right here, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, so multiply 2x squared minus 4x. Subtract, change your sign, 5x minus 10. And then it goes in plus 5 times. And so then I get 5x minus 10. Subtract, change your sign. And so I get 0. Okay, so the answer is just 2x plus 5. There's no remainder. Now, if they want us to put in negative 3, we just throw a negative 3 in there. I get negative 6 plus 5. So the answer is negative 1. So f over g of negative 3 equals negative 1. And that would be your final answer. So that's final answer for that one, and that's final answer for that one.